Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to continue working on Kotlin foundations. In today's video, we are going to learn about visibility modifiers for files, for modules, for constructors, and even for classes. So let's get started. So by default, if you create a class, let's say I create a class called order, for example, it contains nothing, just like that. And by default, it is public. It means that I can create another file here. In the main, for example, let me create another file, call it other, and I can use that file in a function. Let me just create a function, and I can use that order val order directly, all right, because it is by default public. You can, if you type public here, it will be grayed out because it is by default visibility modifier, and you can turn it to private, for example. You can change it also to private. Okay, now making it private, it will break here, but you can use it still in the same file. All right, so you can use val, you can basically copy that and use it here without any problem. In Java, we have package visibility, and we don't have it here in Kotlin. Sometimes we want members of the same package access each other file. You can do it in Java, but here in Kotlin we can't. Instead, we have something called model visibility. We will see it in a moment. Okay, so you can use that private here, for example, but let's say I want to create a public class, but I want its constructor to be private, right? So let's say now you want to add a private constructor, so no one can create its order except its member, right? So what you can do right now is use private here constructor. So no one can use this constructor other than the members here. So you can create and use this constructor here in this order class. Okay, so this is how you can introduce private things. And also there is a modifier called protected. Let's have a function like that and call it just a. Okay, it do nothing except returning something 5, for example, 55. You can use do protected like that, and you can use it only in the inheritance hierarchy. Okay, so if you create, for example, a class called Kotlin that extend an order, where we will have a problem here, for example. Why? Because this is not an open class, like that. And now you can use this a in this class. All right, so you can use function b like that. It returns a plus 55, for example. Okay, this would work perfectly. You can turn it private. So you can prevent the use of this function a by its member of hierarchy, the children of this class, using this private keyword. All right, so this is basically how you can use protected, private, and everything else. So we will delete all that. Finally, we have something called internal visibility. Internal relate to modules. So here in Kotlin, for example, in this project, I have two modules, the main module here and some other module. In Android, we use this type of modules to separate something like libraries or separate modules and use them together. Here, for example, I'm having a class called one. The first class is internal. Second class is by default public. I have added that dependency to this module, so this main module can use some module here, okay? So what you can do right now, you can go here. You can create two, like that. The two is simply this class, but you can't create the one, okay? Why? Because this one or the one class is an internal. That means that all the members of this module can use this class, but it is exclusive to the module. So this is kind of package visibility, but for bigger chunks of code. Okay, so this is how you can use the internal visibility. All right, well, you can use it here. Let's say I have function a. I can create one class, for example, and do something with it. I can create it easily. It's not a problem. If I do something like that, I can use it clearly, but you can't use it outside this module. So this is basically the different visibility modifiers you can use in Kotlin. Internal, private, public by default as always, and protected. All right, so thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you in the next videos. Salam alaikum.